welcome to Monique's. I'm back like I never left. Yes. So thank you once again for subscribing, liking, sharing, and watching my videos. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe. So guys, please subscribe. So today, I'm revisiting a topic that I got some follow-up questions from some people, so I felt like there is a need for me to address the questions so that my opinion on these issues can be known. So this is going to be solely my own opinion, in response to all the questions that my guest answered a while back. Beautiful guest talked about whether they would like, their spouses to have female friends, the boundaries that should exist in such kind of relationship. So I am answering those questions today. Before I do that, so the people who reached out to me did ask me some questions that, is it okay if is it okay if a girl has friends of the opposite sex, like all her friends are males, if it's okay? Someone also asked me if there is trust in a relationship with our partner, that doesn't really matter if she keeps male friends, or if her male friends call her in the middle of the night. So all those kind of questions were the ones I got to. I'm going to be answering the questions, and then I will also address the questions that I had earlier for my guests to answer. So I'm going to dive right into that. So the first question is that, are you comfortable if your spouse is friends with someone of the opposite sex? If yes or no, why? Personally, I actually don't have any problems if my spouse has friends of the opposite sex. The only thing is just that I need to know who those friends are. I need to be aware. I need to know what you guys are doing together. I need to know what brought you guys together, how you met, And when they call you, when you guys are on the phone, I feel like I need to know. Yeah, when they call you, I need to know what you guys are talking about. So, I really don't have any problems with my spouse having friends of the opposite sex. Secondly, can you allow your spouse to be best friends with someone of the opposite sex? Someone who they share intimate information with. I'm your best friend, so there can be a female out there who will be your best friend. I am that best friend. So that answers the question. So with respect to sharing intimate information with someone of the opposite sex, I would say no. I don't think it's right. I think it's to be honest, I personally, I don't think it's right for you to share anything intimate with your friends, even if they're not friends of the opposite sex. I don't think it's right for you to share intimate information with them. That's just me. Number 3, would you be comfortable if all your spouse's friends are people of the opposite sex? I won't be comfortable. I won't be comfortable, because if my spouse tells me that all his friends are females, nah, that doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me at all. Like, so what happens to all the guys out there? Like, is there something about guys that repels you or that you hate? Nah, I won't feel comfortable with that. I think I need to look at his life and try to dig deep to see the reasons why he's running away from male friends, why he feels like his friends have to be females. Like, I need to know. I need to find out. Even before getting married, these are questions you need to ask. These are questions you need to, ask and get appropriate answers to. Yes. The next question is it okay if a friend of the opposite sex comes to visit your spouse at home? Can they sleep over? So, it depends. I would say there's nothing wrong with my spouse's friend of the opposite sex to come into the house to say hello. You can come in to say hello, but I also think that it might be more appropriate if this friend comes in with our own spouse. So if that makes, them a pair, like a pair, yeah. Coming to say hello, so we can gist, we can, have fun. I think for me, it's actually better that way, that that friend comes in with her own spouse. So when it comes to the issue of sleeping over, it also depends. If this friend comes in with her own spouse, fine, they can sleep over. I don't see any problem in that. But if it's just this female friend who comes into the house and wants to sleep over, we have hotels around. Why would you sleep in my house? I would gladly tell my spouse to lodge you in a hotel, a beautiful one where you'll be comfortable, you will have a swell time, you will sleep, you will enjoy yourself, you will eat whatever you want to eat. Stay in a hotel, not in my house. I'm sorry. The next question is, can you allow this friend to take your spouse out, or your spouse hang out with this friend alone? We have to go together. That's just the truth, because except if I'm not aware, but if I'm aware, we would all go together. But if there's no reason for me to go with them, if I'm busy, if I have other things to do, I don't know, maybe. But I just feel the ideal thing to do is for us all to go out together as a group. That way I will feel more comfortable, and I believe that friend would also feel more comfortable if we all, decide to hang out together, not just my spouse and his female friend hanging out together all by themselves. Next is, as the wife, do you have to be friends with your spouse's friends, and why? I don't think it's actually necessary. We don't have to be friends. Of course, being my spouse's friends makes you someone, I'm familiar with, someone I know. I mean, we don't have to be like friends, but yeah, I don't think we have to be friends. But it's okay. If there's a need for us to be friends, we can be friends. But if not necessary, we don't have to be friends. Yeah. So the next question is, how long should your spouse spend on the phone with his friend of the opposite sex? I think you should talk for too long. What constitutes too long for me is, I don't know, I'm yet to experience it, so I really don't know, but I feel like, what would you guys be saying on the phone? Like, are you guys talking about your primary school experience, your secondary school experience, or I don't know, like whatever it is you're talking about? But I personally just feel like, do things moderately. Like, what constitutes too long, I honestly don't know, but I feel like you should know what to do. Like, my spouse should know what. Question is, how long should your spouse spend on the phone with, no, I answered that already. Should your spouse talk with their friends of the opposite sex late into the night? Do you consider it disrespectful? Being the person who drafted this question, I would say yes, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful, because I mean, what are you guys talking about? Why should you be talking too late into the night? What exactly are you talking about that I cannot talk about during the day, that I can't talk about in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening? For me, I think once it's 10 p.m., there shouldn't be any call from any friend of the opposite sex. That is just me. No calls. Yes. Next is, will having too many friends of the opposite sex be a deal breaker for you in your relationship? It's not a deal breaker, but if I feel like I'm not comfortable with all this, many friends of the opposite sex around, I will let you know. I'll call your attention to that. Dude, there are like 13 girls who are your friends. I'm not comfortable with it. You need to do something about it. So now to the last question, best and sincere advice for couples on what types of friends to keep. You know yourself, you know the kind of people you want to have around you, so keep those good people around you. So now to the questions that I got, I feel like the fact that you trust your partner does not mean that, or the fact that your partner trusts you does not mean that you should then have, as a girl now, have many male friends, hang out with male friends, stay on the phone with them for too long, chat with them on phone, get excited when they call you. No, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's something you should do. If your spouse, tells you he is not comfortable with you having many male friends, I think you should do something about it. Yeah, because it's the two of you in the marriage, it's the two of you living together. So whatever your spouse says he doesn't like or she doesn't like now when it comes to keeping friends of the opposite sex, please talk about it and find a middle ground. Yeah, you need to work on it. Yeah. So, and then about having having all male friends, as the female now, having all female friends as the guy in this case, it still depends on what your spouse likes. It depends on what your spouse wants, or whoever you're in a relationship with wants. I'm not the one to tell you what to do. If that spouse of yours tells you is not comfortable with you having many male friends, do something about it. I don't think it's really a big deal. When it comes to friendships, please work on all these things with your spouse. Agree with your spouse, and you know, all of these things will help you have a better marriage and a happy family. Thank you guys. Till we'll see you again. Love you.